All right, YouTube. Bob Sola from Iron Therapy Gym. I have two quick things to help you out with your squat when you are feeling like you're going down and you just can't keep your heel on the ground. Maybe you shift forward in the toe. You feel a little sticky in that ankle area and just can't keep the heel down when you're trying to drop and hit depth. For many of the people squatting out there, this is one of the biggest problems, ankle mobility. When the squatter goes down, the ankles are stiff in front and they have to stop themselves short of depth because their heels will rise off the floor. Maybe they have to lean over excessively far because the ankles are not bending in front and they're too stiff. As we know from wearing tons of heels and lifted shoes throughout time, we lose a lot of mobility in that ankle. So we want to regain it back. But the best thing you can do, for one, you can do this stuff every day. And these are easy ones. I have many in the arsenal, but these ones don't require a lot of equipment or anything, just one weight. These are quick ones, especially if you're a little bit lazy to warm up. I know a lot of people kind of get like, oh, I don't want to do so many warm-ups. These ones are quick for you and easy. Do them just right before you squat so that the mobility transfers over into your movement. But I'm gonna show you real quick too. I wanna keep these videos super short so you can pay attention. Okay, this first one is just real simple. I call it an ankle driver. All right, you're just gonna get, so you're on the floor here, one leg behind the other, just cross it, and you're gonna drive your knee forward while pushing your heel down in the floor. Drive your knee forward and backward towards your toe, straight ahead, like you're trying to push your knee past your toe. But make sure as you do this, you make a constant effort to push your heel down in the floor as you push your knee forward. You're gonna feel some tissue in front of the ankle there that gets a little bit, that may be a little bit tight. You wanna work that. What I want you to do is work this for 1.5 to 2 minutes to really change some of that fascia, some of that tissue, and open it up. You might hear some cracking. That's good, that's okay. So go back and forth, do a few holds, maybe 5-6 seconds here. Hold it, hold it, hold it, push your heel down, push your knee forward. Make sure that knee is moving forward, forward, forward. You can also do this with a band and put the band around the pole to make it more intense, and then put the band right on top of the top of your foot. And that will create some distraction and more resistance. Anyway, that's number one. Number two, I want you to do that one, by the way, 1.5 to 2 minutes on each side before you squat. That one will kind of get you warmed up for the next one. Now, the next one is a basic squat stretch, but with straight toes. Many people, when they squat stretch, I have all my clients do these to get the hips open and ankles and everything. But many people, when they squat stretch, they turn their toes out. And turning your toes out is a compensation for limited ankle mobility. So if you're sticky in the front where there's the talus right here, the talus bone, or in the back with the Achilles, and you're turning your toes out, that's compensating because you don't have that mobility to keep your knees forward. Now in squatting, a degree of turning out is okay, and it creates a little more hip torque for your squat, but we don't want to turn out excessively. We want to get those ankles moving. So what we're going to do, instead of squat stretching, let me move this so you can see my feet. Instead of squat stretching straight with the toes out, a lot of people will do this. This is okay, this opens the hips. What I want you to do is turn your toes straight. Now, if you do this without a weight, sometimes it might be a little bit rough. If you do it after the one I just showed you, it might be easier. So right now I have my knees straight. I'm still pushing my knees open, but knees are straight and toes are straight. I got my heels on the ground, I'm pushing my knees open with my elbows, and I got the weight sinking me in. So it's opening up my hips and a little bit more my ankles. To get my ankles a little more, what I'm gonna do is just rock forward this way, pushing my knee forward, and then rock forward the other way. And I'm gonna do about 10 to 20 rocks side to side. You should feel that tissue right in your ankle. You should feel everything you're pushing on right there. As you do this, your heel might slightly come up. That's okay if it does a little bit, but try for the most part to still push it down as you push forward. We're trying to open up the tissue right in front. Do this for 2 minutes or more as needed. Do those 2 before you squat, guys. And I guarantee you're gonna have a lot more success with your depth. This will help you, especially if you're someone who wears flat shoes or Metcons or Nanos. But even if you wear lifting shoes, you should still do that because you want to keep the mobility in your ankle. So when it is time to maybe take those shoes off and squat, you'll be ready. And then one last thing is I recommend doing that daily, and then also do a few sets on your squat barefoot. Try to feel the floor, make sure your ankles are moving properly and they're loosened up, warmed up, and then maybe later put on your shoes for the heavy stuff. Anyway, Bob Sola coming at you with more tips from Iron Therapy Gym. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment below. Let me know what kind of tips you want to see next. Till next time, guys, stay fit.